2,000 families in Britain have a child born with a genetic disorder that makes them fixated by food.
She thinks about food sort of 24/7. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually dreams about it sometimes.
There's one occasion when she ate cat poo.
Becca's life revolves around food. That to her is life.
Becca.
And it does cause a lot of tension.
Oi!
The urge to feed the hunger can drive people to desperate lengths.
When I was younger, I used to go in dustbins. And when I got angry, I used to keep the kitchen door down.
The whole front bit came out, as you can see, it's cracked in here.
He has attacked me in the past.
You don't know when he's going to flip, so it's like living with a wild animal.
If I eat more and more, I'll just die.
Weight gain can be rapid, leading to obesity, disease, and early death.
It's like an obsession that takes her over.
I eat chocolates and biscuits and stuff.
She is not capable of controlling her own weight.
I said it was like a prison cell, and it is like a prison cell.
If she had complete freedom, she would eat herself to death.
Becca, what have you done to your bed, darling? You right? I knew something was wrong when I was pregnant. She should have been moving inside me, which she wasn't. It was just the worst case scenario. Yeah.
Rebecca Madley is 11 years old and already weighs 11 stone.
Hello.
She was born with a genetic disorder called Prader-Willi syndrome, or PWS.
They're classed as mentally retarded sort of thing. They'll get to sort of obese sizes and die very early because of heart problems.
PWS is caused by deletion or damage to chromosome 15. The effects are physical, mental, emotional, and incurable.
I said, well, we might as well just kill her now then. There's no point in her going on.
Children with PWS soon develop a powerful obsession with food.
The eating must have come in when she was about 7 or 8.
Did you have a good time last night doing your thing? Used to steal fruit from the fruit bowl, other people's food off their plates if they weren't watching. She would go down the bins.
Rebecca would eat almost anything.
I remember the day that she ate the cat poo, I had to wash her mouth out. I mean, it was nothing to her, but the taste must have been vile. And who's it for, Holly?
Some families resort to locking up food cupboards.
The fridge, lots of low-fat yoghurts and obviously...
Rebecca's house has an alarm in the kitchen.
So if Rebecca got this far, the alarm would pick her up and then the alarm would go off.
Despite all this, Rebecca is getting bigger and her problems look set to multiply.
They don't make school uniform in Rebecca's size, do they? So one of Alan's relatives made her some clothes. Right, you're going to go down and do your lunchbox and Daddy will check it in a minute.
Rebecca's brain never signals when she's full up, so she's always hungry.
Rebecca thinks about food, I think, every minute of her life.
And it's food that's often the cause of her temper tantrums.
You have to share them, Vic. When Rebecca goes into one of her tantrums, it can be absolutely over nothing or it could be over something really important.
Rebecca's lunchbox is checked every day to make sure she's not sneaked in something naughty. But this morning, she's more interested in the cat food.
What are you doing with that cat food? Just looking at it. I've got to sort all this out.
What flavour is that?
Well, I don't know, and I'm not about to try it to find out, Bexy.
I eat cat food.
Do you? I know you've tried the dry food. Bit crunchy, isn't it? When's that then?
I'm bored on the bed.
I don't believe you. What's it taste like?
Meat.
Meat.
It's not just food. PWS causes a wide range of learning disability. So Rebecca gets special needs support at her local primary school.
I do worry sometimes when Rebecca goes to school about what sort of a day she's going to have. You know, whether she's going to be happy. You know, how many boys are going to pick on her today.
Prader-Willi syndrome is caused by a damaged chromosome, but it affects the whole of Rebecca's body.
It's not just a case of the eating, which is the main issue, where the brain doesn't tell the stomach it's full up. It's her sexual development, it's her mental development, it's her social development, it's everything.
About 2,000 people in Britain have PWS. There's no cure, but with careful management, can it be controlled? At 18 stone, Katie Williams has fought the disorder for all of her 23 years.
When she was born, we were told she'd be dead by the time she was in her late teens or early 20s, having eaten herself to death.
She was slim till she left school, and then college was bad, and then since she's finished college, it's disastrous.
It's a cruel twist of PWS that Katie needs only half of the calories needed by the average woman. This is because her poor muscle tone doesn't burn up calories as fast.
Look for things under 300 calories.
Katie's daily limit is just 900 calories.
She loves biscuits. She's never allowed to have them. She never has chips or burgers or fried things or roast potatoes. It's quite difficult, really, when you think of how they're all pleasures for the rest of us.
Katie lives above the pub run by her divorced dad.
She is relatively independent, much more so than many people with Prader-Willi syndrome.
But her freedom comes at a price. Not only does Dad count her calories, he also counts her cash.
Generally speaking, if she wants something, I give her money for it. But I like to see receipts when she comes back. Got some change for me?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And now I partly live independently, cooking my own meals, and I choose what I want to eat.
Katie keeps hunger pangs at bay with low-calorie lunches and heaps of vegetables for her evening meal.
It's not all for me.
Katie believes she can live independently with PWS.
The majority of it is. My ambition is to be the first one with PWS to be independent and live on their own in a family and have children.
Will Katie ever realise her dream? And just why, despite her dad's best efforts, is she piling on the pounds?
She won't admit this. If she had complete freedom, she would eat herself to death.
It's not just her size that makes life difficult for 11-year-old Rebecca Madeley. PWS gives her weak muscles and a lack of coordination. This makes even the simplest physical activity, like getting up off the floor, an ordeal.
Like a big beach whale is my Becky. She can't just get up like you or I would do. She would have to sort of roll over and go on her knees probably and climb up something. She couldn't do it quickly. Suppose if you were saying, like, dinner's ready, she might get up a bit quicker, but no, she does everything in slow motion.
Come on, Daddy.
Rebecca is never out of hospital with her weight and growth-related problems.
Oh, look. Strange place to be in.
I think where her spine is beginning to curve and she's getting quite a lot of pain, so I think they're just looking into whether there is a problem with her spine.
Put this here.
Under, yeah.
Put this here, there. Does that hurt?
No.
Does that hurt?
No.
Does that hurt?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
The places she's mainly tender at the top and the bottom.
When people look at Rebecca now, they just assume that she's just a very overweight 11-year-old. You wouldn't say, oh, that child's got Prader-Willi syndrome.
Even in hospital, staff can misjudge the impact of a treat.
I might have been able to find you a few sweeties. Would you like a couple?
No, just the one.
Or just the one? But you said couple.
No, one.
Well, here's nearly Christmas, Mum.
No, just the one.
Oh, Mum, one. Are we saying one, Mum?
Just the one time. What'd you say?
Oh, what a
Thank
good
you.
girl. And would you be allowed to take a couple home or not?
No.
No.
Just the one.
Oh, dear.
If you give her more than one in that particular time, the next time she goes back, she'd want one or more. So I think one was enough, wasn't it?
It's 6:30 in the morning in Bristol. Time for 23-year-old Katie Williams to get up for work. She wears an oxygen mask because her weight is beginning to cause her breathing difficulties.
Kate's breakfast just consists of a small sachet of flavoured porridge made with water.
That's 125 calories, but before she can eat it, she's weighed by her dad.
Dad?
Katie's put on 3 stone in 10 months.
Right, that's 116.8. Well done.
She now weighs over 18 stone.
She's clearly overweight, and I do weigh her every day so that I can tell within a day or two whether she's been cheating or not. I use the word cheating, she uses the word nibbling, because that's a better self-image, I think.
Have a pound for tea.
Yes, okay.
Tony gives Katie £1 a day. It's meant to buy a cup of tea on her way to work. Can she be trusted?
This is a shop I normally go to on the way to and from work. Nibble is when I have the urge to binge on something sweet.
The danger for Katie is that just 1 packet of biscuits can easily exceed her daily limit of 900 calories.
I buy a box of those and eat a whole box.
Katie resists the temptation, but it's only minutes since breakfast, and she's already feeling the hunger.
Well, it feels like when you get the urge of having a cigarette. It's that sort of feeling for hunger.
Katie travels to work prepared.
I normally bring an apple with me, or some veg, and I eat that.
She couldn't survive the 2 bus journeys to work without her precious tea money.
There we go, brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Every day is a struggle, but Katie believes she can beat PWS with her own willpower.
Many people like us are in homes with the cupboards locked and no freedom. I think people should have the opportunity to learn to cope with not nibbling food or anything like that.
But can Katie herself cope without nibbling? Working helps. Katie is one of the few people with PWS to have a full-time job. She's a cleaner in a special needs school.
Any problems I have can be walking upstairs. You get 8 breath when you get up top. Lot of stairs. If you do a lot of work, like cleaning the rooms and stuff, I would have to sit down. My legs get achy.
It's hard to resist the lure of the staff canteen.
Temptations here is biscuits and toast.
Katie can't resist. Her low-calorie lunch is supplemented by a wafer biscuit. It's cheating like this that makes her weight creep up and alerts her dad to take action.
Well, I don't search that often. It's only when her weight's going up and she doesn't like it. Fruit pastilles. You know, at least it's not chocolate. But that's chocolate. That's a packet of Rolo by the look of it. So that's not good. I don't think Katie's ever going to be able to control her weight on her own without help. If she had access to money, she'd be dead within a few years.
If Katie finds it so hard to lose weight when so much of her life is controlled, what hope is there for someone with PWS with no control at all? 22-year-old Sachin Vyas has tried and failed to live independently with PWS. He has diabetes and high blood pressure brought on by obesity. He has piled on 11 stone in 12 months and now tips the scales at 22 stone.
To live with a person with PWS whom we cannot control, it's basically like living like a slave.
Have you got your bus?
Yeah. At home, you could always coax him or appease him and deal with him. But when they are outside, it is beyond your control.
Thanks to disability benefits, Sachin gets over £80 a week to spend on what he likes.
I like to buy sweets, chocolates, crisps, biscuits, alcohol, sweet drinks.
Sachin's sixth form college are doing what they can to stop him eating himself to an early death.
No, Miss
No, you're not allowed to drink. You know that. He's a devil.
Miss Masba.
You haven't.
I haven't.
Let me see.
I haven't.
You haven't. You better not have. I have been told to just watch, because he's not supposed to have sugary drinks, is he? And chocolate, of all things, and he loves his chocolate and sweets.
I was under the impression that there was control in terms of sort of him maybe not having any money. But then I was made aware that he did have money, so he was going in and buying as much as he wanted.
So you've had baked potato.
Sachin was brought up as a vegetarian, but PWS has changed all that.
What pasty is it? Is it
Chicken.
chicken? Right. I thought you were a vegetarian. What's happening?
No, I'm not vegetarian, Miss.
Oh. Why don't you leave your crunchy crunch till later, because then I'll give you a snack. I'm bothering you today, am I?
Although the school are trying their level best to support him and coach him, I think it's going to be very difficult because Sachin still got the money.
No, Miss, I'm going to drink some of that, Miss. Thank you, Miss.
Some of it, like you said, some of it, not all of it.
No, Miss, I'm thirsty. Uh-oh.
Ah, that's it. That's halfway now. Stop. Take your time.
I feel college are trying to help me. In a way, I like it. In a way, I don't like it.
Are you angry with me, Sachin?
Back home, Sachin's father Kishore tries to keep food out of reach.
Recently, this door was pushed in because it leads to the kitchen. The whole front bit came out. As you can see, it has been ripped from one side, and that's opened up the whole thing. These big panes of glasses were broken. Doors upstairs were just smashed in.
Because of his size and that, I'm sometimes scared to be on my own in the house because he has attacked me in the past.
The whole family have changed their food habits for Sachin's benefit.
Yeah, please.
We have reduced a lot of things with sugar in the house. Basically, there is nil at times. Everybody's food has basically changed.
Everyone's food except Sachin's, who raids his own private hoard of snacks.
Ginger snaps, ice cream wafers.
You bring loads and lots of food, which is junk food.
Cans of soup.
I don't get any junk food, you know.
Beer.
As he eats, he's getting nearer to death, and that is the reality of this syndrome.
Even Sachin is worried about the consequences to his health.
I worry about my weight. I want to be normal, but I can't be normal because it's a genetic condition. If I eat more and more, I'll just die.
So desperate is Sachin that he's planning to go to India to meet a spiritual healer.
Sachin has this idea in his mind. If he goes to India, that by some miracle, he might be cured.
There's no cure for PWS. But we don't know. We just have to wait and see.
Is this for passport or visa?
Visa.
Visa, that's fine. That's lovely, beautiful. Yeah. Perfect.
My hope is that I'll find a cure for myself.
Is that okay?
Yeah. So I can live a normal life like everybody else.
Rebecca's fate is in the hands of the local health authority. She's going to a hospital appointment, but her dad's about to make a big mistake.
Daddy's gone the long way.
Daddy! What's the long way?
Wait, you? Why gone this way?
Like many with PWS, Rebecca thinks in a rigid way, and she can't cope with changes to routine.
That's right, don't mention it. Anytime.
Daddy! Don't look out of the way, we're late!
He can't turn around now, can he?
He's done that! I would have done that.
Wait!
Oh, you made him do that!
Kick me! Kick me again, Victor, and I'll smack you back.
But only if you told Daddy done this way, we're late!
Oh, for God's sake.
I didn't do that!
You couldn't go the other way.
You should have done like you. You don't, Mummy. You don't go the other way.
Next time, go the other way, Daddy, all right? You've got it in his head.
There's only one thing on Rebecca's mind.
What for dinner tonight, Mummy?
I got you a special chicken chow mein.
It's all for me.
All for you, special.
Is it, Mummy?
Yes.
Okay. But what's in it?
Rat's poison.
No, what's in it?
Chicken.
And what?
Noodles and vegetables. Chinese. All right?
Rebecca's social skills are affected by her condition, and her relationship with her younger sisters is getting more difficult.
Please, Zoe.
Technically, Rebecca is the eldest, so she's the big sister.
Please.
But mentally, I suspect it's probably Chloe. Chloe just loves winding her up.
Yes, mate.
Chloe.
This one didn't want to hear me. I know
Shall I
this is
phone
not.
Sutherland?
No, Chloe, just scare me.
Chloe. Come on, she can just snap and that's it. She don't want no one near her. Get out of my bedroom, don't touch my toys.
Chloe, what did you tell me?
Talking to me. So Chloe and Katie tend to play together, whereas Rebecca's plays on her own. She loves her jigsaws, does Rebecca, yeah. We've got hundreds in the wardrobe, but she's not very good at keeping the pieces all in one box. She's mad on the Hulk, is Rebecca. The Hulk is probably her best friend.
Katie Williams overcame years of isolation to succeed at college. If only she could control her weight. But not all her dreams are possible.
I don't mind if I have a child disabled, as long as I have a child of my own. The only thing I want in life is children.
I always told her, right from a small child, that she wouldn't be able to have children because I didn't want it to come as a shock in sort of adulthood. When I see Kate struggle, it's heartbreaking.
Can't get up.
She's an awful lot of weight to be carrying, and the body just can't cope with it.
Katie really did very well at college and achieved so much in so many other ways, and through her own very hard work and willingness and cooperation and so on. But in every other way, she could be totally independent, apart from controlling her weight.
Sachin can't control his weight, so he's flying to India to meet a spiritual healer for a miracle cure.
Where's the visa on here? Oh, there.
Let's start moving then.
Going.
Bring me back something nice.
Bye.
His parents are both worried about what will happen if it doesn't work.
If things don't turn out as well as Sachin expects, then we are going to be in a lot of trouble.
Living with Prader-Willi syndrome means not eating what everyone else takes for granted. Even 4-year-old Katie knows the rules.
Right, give me one of them then or not? No. I'll let you have some more chips. No, chips. Sausages. You might want them and I'll let you have my sausages, yeah?
Of course I feel guilty about eating in front of Rebecca. Everybody does.
Please, Mommy.
But you can't, it's life, you can't go around not eating in front of her or telling other people never to eat in front of her because she can't have what they've got.
Because she's obsessed with food, Rebecca needs constant reassurance about meal times.
Oh, what's coming out done for dinner?
I don't know, sweetheart.
What time? Mommy.
I just answered that.
What time?
You're going to do some dancing for me?
What time, Mummy?
I don't know what time. I haven't got a time in my head.
Mummy, you just told the question what time?
I don't know what time.
No, that's what you said. You said...
We have to wait for Daddy to come home from work, don't we?
You said a time, Mummy.
Eating out is one of the pleasures of family life, but with Rebecca along, it can be stressful for everyone.
Rebecca loves this place because she can get something to eat before her actual meal comes. I think that's why she likes it, and she can do it herself as well, basically. Don't put loads of mayonnaise on, please. What did I say about the mayonnaise?
It is, Mummy. I'll put a little bit.
No, I'm going to take a bit of that off.
She can't understand the concept the food's got to be cooked, and it's not kept waiting out the back.
It can be difficult bringing a child with Prader-Willi out to eat, especially Rebecca, because she's not very patient at waiting.
It has made life awkward. She doesn't like necessarily going anywhere, so she gets bored very, very easy, and she really does get wound up with things.
She's done what she wants to do, she's eating a meal, she wants to go home now. Never mind whether we've finished. I get to the point now where I don't really care about what everybody else thinks. I just hate the fact that people stop and stare at you. You know, they don't understand why she's doing it. Far short of getting a T-shirt made with I've got special needs on. Right, we're all going to get chucked out in a minute, do you know that?
After 2 weeks, Sachin's home from India. He was hoping for a cure. Things haven't gone well.
2 weeks of disaster, that's what I would say.
I left it here.
If he can't find one of his things, he's going to look for something else to like annoy everyone about.
What you on about?
They can replace it, okay?
No, they cannot replace it, okay? Work lost it. You can chuck it away. That's what you've done. Where is it?
You'll find it if you calm down. We're both devastated that we have to handle this kind of a person. Because this is what he does. He bullies everybody. Close that door. Oh, he just won't stop eating. He just won't stop eating. In the morning, you'd have so much breakfast to eat.
Wasn't there any control over anything?
There's no control.
Remember what you did when the keys went missing? I didn't call the police. Yes, you did call the police. Now something's gone missing. A bus pass, worth 42 pounds.
We can't live with someone like this. He's jeopardizing my husband's and my life. Sachin can easily kill somebody because of his weight.
Whatever, I don't know.
We could cope with it before, but not now.
Here it is. This is the first.
Because I called the police, that has appeared somehow. There.
You don't ring the police if you lose something, Sachin.
I didn't lose it. Oh, this is what you do to me. Out of spite. It's called out of spite.
He usually blames me because he thinks, why have you made me like this? He thinks it's my fault. I'm used to it now because I know he's got a problem.
Here.
PWS is no one's fault. It's an accident of nature.
Look at that. I have not had a drink of this in my lifetime. You know what that stuff is?
Yeah, it's alcohol. It's called alcohol.
Yeah, but this is not your beer or something. This is very heavy alcohol. It'll kill you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You shouldn't have a problem with it because I paid for it. Okay?
Do as you wish. Kill yourself if you want. I can't stop you.
India didn't live up to Sachin's expectations. His hopes for a miracle cure are dashed.
I just wanted a cure for my condition. Nah, but I didn't get it.
Not everybody gets cured. It's just one of those things that you have to accept. But with Sachin, accepting it is a bit hard.
Maybe next time.
It's Friday afternoon in Bristol, and Katie's off to spend the weekend with her mum in Bidford-upon-Avon. It's a dangerous time for Katie. Has she got the willpower to resist the temptation to cheat? No, she hasn't.
She's not naughty, she's not bad. She is incapable of not buying the food if it's there.
I felt that I'm like two people. I've got the good Katie and the bad Katie. The bad one, she thinks about whether to have sweet things or not. And it makes the other one go and get it.
Katie's mum, Gillian, runs a pub and restaurant. so the weekend foods is kept under tight control.
Cheers, Kate. Everything Kate eats at the weekend with me is actually low calorie. She doesn't do her own cooking, so it's controlled like that. I try to keep her busy. I do literally treat her as if she's attached to me, like you would a toddler.
Katie is so large that she now finds it hard to get clothes to fit her.
She often looks like a bundle of rags, so we try to instill a pride in her appearance. I like the style, but I don't like the colour on you. Oh. What size is this one?
26.
26, no. She's in a 28 now. That colour is more you. It's very hard to shop for Kate because she's wide and short. And so, yes, it is quite a nightmare. Oh, Kate, that's lovely.
It is very nice.
Oh, I do like it. Well, that was expensive.
Sorry.
We are victims of our success with Kate because we brought her up thinking that she would be independent, that she'd win the battle with food. But she has not got the control. It's just not there. That bit of her is missing. We'd be bad parents if we didn't plan ahead for the next chapter.
It changes.
It's Monday morning and Katie's back on the weighing scales after her weekend at her mum's.
Right, off you get then. 118.7. Right, get yourself ready. Breakfast is done.
Katie's put on weight and Tony's not happy.
It was quite bad. That's gone up a lot. In the 3 days, she's put on just over 2.5 pounds, which is more than a bag of sugar. Is that better?
Yeah.
I know she's been up to something, but it's not a real anger. It's just someone's got to express something to her because it's important.
When my weight goes up, it makes me feel upset and go and eat something I shouldn't do again. And it's like going round a vicious circle. You need somebody to break the barrier.
And I think now it's likely that she's going to have to live in some sort of sheltered situation where she has someone controlling her access to money and to food.
After India, Sachin's given up all hope of a cure and succumbs to his urge to eat.
Thank you. £9 for shopping with.
He's got his weekly benefits to spend, but first stop is for lunch.
Could I have buttered sausage, spring roll, and black pudding as well, please?
Since his setback in India, Sachin has gone off Indian food altogether.
I like fish, quiche, sausages, bacon, egg.
Sachin has in his mind that he is not fat at all. He is going to lead himself to death, really. That's the way we see it.
I'm going shopping now.
When Sachin goes food shopping, he's not counting calories. He's taking his life in his hands.
Here we go.
He goes out and buys all fizzy drinks, chocolates, biscuits, cakes, cereals. When he says, well, I'm diabetic, I have to look after myself. You want me to die? I have to eat, you know, I'm not a well person. Do you not understand? And a tantrum would start building up.
Sachin's shopping doesn't go down well at home.
I don't think Mum will be very happy that you brought meat into the house.
Yes.
And I thought you were diabetic.
Yeah,
I thought, what's all this sugar then? And we don't have
What
space
sugar?
to... This ice cream, we don't have space in the freezer to keep these things. How much did all this cost you?
All this was £66.
But where's he going to put it all?
What bloody hell? When you buy this stock, you should realize that there is only so much space in the fridge.
Well, then you shouldn't buy so much then, should you? I only get some stuff only once in a while. Once in a while. Maybe once every 2 months. The rest is yours. Okay?
There are limits to everything.
Don't touch on me. Because I've headed up to here.
It's coming. You wait.
He wouldn't give a toss if he just killed his dad. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't care the slightest bit. As long as he is okay, as long as he has his things, is okay.
The pressures of bringing up a child with PWS can easily devastate a family.
The tension sort of involved with looking or caring for somebody with Prader-Willi could actually destroy a marriage.
There's many a times when I've walked out, you know, gone round to mum and dad, or anyone that will listen to me, really. Right.
It does get to you after a while, and you do find that after a while you start taking it out on other people as well.
Oh, dear.
Rebecca has 2 nights a week respite care. It's a welcome break for her and her family.
Let's pack these Hulk slippers. Why do you like the Hulk, Bex?
He's green.
Because he's green. So if I painted myself green, could I be the Hulk? Do you think my trousers would split?
There was a big drop in the tension levels when she does go.
You back?
She usually only goes sort of 2 or 3 sort of nights to give Alison a break more than anything.
Sending Rebecca away was not an easy choice for Alison to make.
Let's go. It was hard to leave her. I just felt like a bad parent. I felt like I'd been doing something wrong. Just cried all the way home. It took a long time for us to decide to send her there. I don't really care what anyone else thinks. They don't have the life I have.
Katie's dad always hoped that she could live independently with PWS. But now he thinks it's not possible. So he's decided to take serious action. It's something that Katie dreads the most.
We're off for a trip to look at a residential home in Northampton, which has a very, very good reputation for reducing weight.
It's like being in a prison.
You don't know that, you've never been there.
I know, but having kitchen locked is like a prison.
Will Katie accept losing her freedom to control her weight?
Rules is rules. You're going to come out.
Rules is not rules.
It isn't here, sweetheart.
Can Katie ever find a way to fulfill her dreams of independence? Haydock House in Kettering is run by Gretton Holmes. It's a residential home for people with Prader-Willi syndrome and has a strong record in managing drastic weight loss.
Hi, Katie. Hi. This is Karina. Pleased to meet you.
Tony's arranged for Katie to come and try it out for 24 hours.
Guys, there. She can sit that side. You go in that chair next to Tamara.
Haydock House operates a strict regime. The kitchens are locked, and residents don't cook for themselves. Calories and portions are carefully controlled. There are no snacks between meals here, and even the dustbins are locked to stop scavenging.
Your dad must have scared him off.
23-year-old Tamara Allwood was diagnosed with PWS only 2 years ago. She was 32 stone. Now she's down to 14 stone. Tamara is here because she needed to lose weight to stay alive. Katie soon learns, whether she likes it or not, that this regime really works.
I live independently.
It's not possible to live independently on your own with PWS. It isn't at all. Because
maybe for
I was 32 stones, Katie. I was 32 stones. I nearly died, Katie.
When I came here, Katie, I was 23 stone.
If you have a strong willpower,
Yeah,
but people PWS don't.
No, but people with PWS don't. No, I don't think so.
No, I disagree.
No, I really no, I don't think so.
Not a way.
Well, you're disagreeing, but I think there is a way. And that's where I'm going.
Getting me too upsetting to even talk to you, Katie, about it. Because I don't think you've got a clue.
I've got a clue,
No,
but
I don't think so. I'm truly sorry. I don't think you have a clue.
If Katie lived in Haydock House, she couldn't work full-time. Instead, she would be kept busy with activities to distract from the urge to eat. But it's not working for her today.
But normally I have a bigger dinner. I have fruit after my dinner. If you want fruit, you should be allowed to have fruit. Not to be no. It is like a prison cell. Yes, it is.
Katie's hunger pains are getting worse.
There's nothing I can do while I'm here. Yeah?
That's why I have fruit in the
I know,
afternoon.
sweetheart.
I have a yogurt and an apple after lunch.
But while we're here, we can't.
At work.
But when we're back at the house, I will speak to Karina.
Everybody feels hungry.
Yeah, but I don't, not every day.
We'll have another little go, because you're doing ever so well. I think you really are. When we get home.
Yeah, but when we get home, like when we get home.
Sure go, darling.
I said this is like a prison cell.
Back at Haydock House, Katie makes a beeline for the kitchen.
You need to leave the kitchen now for me.
But it's out of bounds.
Yeah, but if I'm...
We're only allowed to have one in at a time.
Yeah.
So could you leave the kitchen for me?
Out you come, sweetheart. We can't have too many residents in here.
Yeah.
Rules is rules. You're going to come out.
Rules is not rules.
It is in here, sweetheart.
Please don't ask staff for extra food while you're here, because you won't get it. I can't do anything else about it. While you're with us, you need to try and work to the same regime as what we do, okay?
I can't.
So you don't even think you can manage for 24 hours? Now, what do you think that suggests to our other residents? Come forward in here a bit. You're here for the next evening and tomorrow morning. This is the regime that you're going to stick to, okay?
I said it was like a prison cell, and it is like a prison cell.
Oh, right, yeah. It's just difficult for somebody who's been used to preparing their own food, basically eating what they want to, and being able to access food that people don't know about, to come to a regime like this.
I want to go home.
It's similar to going through cold turkey with a heroin addict, I would imagine. So, yeah, it's very difficult.
The purpose of this tough regime is more than to lose weight. Everyone here accepts they can't live independently and that this is now their permanent home. But specialist homes can cost over £1,500 a week. The problem most parents face is getting local authorities to pay for it.
Right, come on then, love.
Right.
Time for the train.
Okay.
And a cup of tea.
Yeah.
She came not intending to enjoy it, and she succeeded. I'm upset she didn't enjoy it. I mean, for her sake, I don't like to put her through 24 hours of misery.
Nothing will force me. I stay where I put in my house. I'm quite happy there.
You on edge?
Yeah.
If only she could have that fierce independence and the control over the food, she'd be home and dry. She'd be home and dry, but she hasn't.
I don't think Katie's ever going to be able to control her weight on her own without help.
Sachin has rejected all help and is putting on weight at 1 kilo a week. Now he's looking for someone to blame for his condition.
I'm going to sue my mom for the abuse that she's been giving me.
He thinks that I have caused the damage to his body. So he's going to sue me for that.
What is it you want out of your mother?
Justice.
And which is
compensation.
Yeah.
Because you know,
People tell me that, oh, you're getting fat, you're doing this, you're doing that. No, in fact, I'm lighter. My clothes are getting bigger, as you can see.
Despite his outbursts, Sachin's mum feels it's her duty to protect him.
He needs care and he needs love and he needs looking after. And that's why he's not outside this house.
It's tiring, frustrating. It stops you from doing anything worthwhile.
I'm completely devastated. I just don't know what to do next.
Sachin's family don't know where to turn for help. The future for Sachin looks bleak.
This big school over here. Yeah. This is where you're going to go, isn't it? It's big, isn't it?
Rebecca has her whole life in front of her, and Alison is concerned about what the future may hold.
Part of me wants Rebecca to go to a mainstream school, but socially I think she would fit better into a special needs school.
I'd get lost in there. You're going to get lost in
It's just how she's going to fit in when the hormones kick in with all the teenagers and things. And hers aren't really going to kick in and she's still going to be the child, really.
I very much doubt she's ever going to be able to live unassisted. I mean, obviously everyone gets older. I mean, what happens then?
As cruel as it may seem, I used to think, well, why don't she just die? I don't feel that I could give Rebecca up now. She is my life, she is my firstborn, she is our daughter. You know, you don't get rid of her that easily.
We sat and we sat and we sat, and then a man's voice, the phone rang and a man's voice said, "Are you Mrs. Waring?" "Yes, we've got your husband." Thank God. Clive had gone out, fully dressed, with his overcoat and a copy of the Times under his arm, hailed a cab, but couldn't remember where he lived. He wanted to go home and he couldn't remember where he lived. And the cab driver had dropped him at West Hampstead.